This one right here, a legend, was his best friend. It was his favorite. He didn't try to show it. He loved all his kids equally.
Princess Evans holds her 1-year-old son inside her apartment, holding on to a picture frame bearing photos of her son and her fiancé, 38-year-old Otis Elder. On February 2nd, SWAT officers entered an apartment at Bolero Flats and fatally shot 22-year-old Amir Locke. Police later arrested 17-year-old Mackay Speed, Locke's cousin, who was arrested and booked on probable cause second-degree murder in Elder's death. Evans is now calling for justice for Elder, who she says has been left out of the public outcry.
All Otis kids are under the age of 18.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the police shooting of 21-year-old Amir Locke in Minneapolis, Minnesota, while executing a no-knock warrant. Now, unfortunately, Mr. Locke died, and may he rest in peace. And there are quite a few people blaming the police and whatnot, talking about, oh, there shouldn't be any more no-knock warrants. He was an innocent person. He was a bystander. He didn't do nothing. That's not really right. There are people to blame beyond Amir Locke in this situation, none of whom are the police. They did not do anything wrong at all, and I'll explain. Matter of fact, let's back up a little bit to give you the whole context. So there was a no-knock warrant signed off by a judge in Hennepin County, which is, of course, Minneapolis, Minnesota. And they went to an apartment, they raid, and Amir Locke is on the couch sleeping with a gun in his hand. Now, why is a gun in your hand while you're sleeping? We'll talk about that a little bit later. So as soon as the police go in there, they see Amir Locke, he has a gun in his hand. And they're thinking that he's moving for it, he's trying to go reach for it or whatever. It's in his hand. They got a no-knock warrant. They know that people here could be very dangerous. So Amir Locke gets shot right there on the scene. He dies. Now, people are saying that the police, that they shouldn't have done that because he wasn't even the guy that they were trying to find, which he wasn't. But again, we'll talk about that in a little bit. He wasn't even the target. He wasn't the guy. He thought it was some kind of home invasion, and he may have been nervous. He got his gun to protect himself. But see, here's the problem with that. The no-knock warrant was signed off on for a reason, okay? You can't just get those things just because, I think there's some drugs in here, I'm going to get a no-knock warrant. There has to be evidence, and you got to bring it to a judge and have them actually review the evidence, look at it, and be like, okay, cool, no-knock warrant, go ahead and get her done. I think the reason was because there was fear of bodily harm, loss of life, and whatnot for trying to arrest the guy who was the target. It was not Amir Locke. It was Amir Locke's cousin, 17-year-old Mackay Speed, who is alive. It's weird how that works, right? They were able to capture Mackay Speed alive. He's in jail right now, but they were not able to capture Amir Locke. Maybe because Amir Locke had a gun and may have been getting ready to use it while Mackay Speed was caught when that wasn't going on, but we'll move on. So now, why were they trying to find Mackay Speed? What happened? Well, Mackay Speed allegedly shot and killed 38-year-old Otis Elder in a drug deal gone bad outside of a recording studio in St. Paul. So he was, I guess, on the run, hiding or whatever from the police because of that whole thing. So the police were able to kind of track him down. The apartment that they raided was where his brother's girlfriend and his brother lived. Mackay Speed had a key to that apartment, and apparently Amir Locke was also there living. That's his cousin, and the guy that was right there with his girlfriend, that was his cousin as well, obviously, because the two cousins are brothers. So you see what's going on. He's staying with his people, sleeping on the couch, 21 years old, gun in his hand. He probably knew what they were into, okay? If you got family members that you know and you living with them and they out there robbing guys, killing guys, you kind of know what's going on. So at a certain point, if you don't want to be caught up in some weird stuff, maybe don't be around them. Maybe watch the company that you keep. And I've always known that. I've been told that for a long time. It's like, look, if your friends are out there, that they're thugging and drugging, they're carrying on, they getting involved with stuff, you could go down with them. Let's just say you're riding in the car with your thug homeboys, right? Your thug friends, your hood rat cousins. You're riding in the car with them, And I've kind of been here. I've seen this kind of thing happen. But let's just say your hood rat cousin is driving the car that you're in. He pulls over and serves one of his customers, right? Without getting too much into what could be going on, serves a customer, and the police see it, and then they bring the dogs out. They got all the sirens going on. Everybody's getting arrested. They put you in a little holding cell and be like, hey, man, if you tell, you can go home right now. If you don't tell, you're going to the penitentiary. Now you got some options to, now you're involved with it. You're involved with the case, even though you're not even really part of it. But see, you were around your cousin. You knew he was a hood rat. You knew he was out there dealing drugs. You knew that he was carrying guns he shouldn't be carrying. You knew that he had bodies on his record. You knew that he was in that street life, and you right there with him. So now the street life then caught up with him. He doing something that you didn't do, but you right there. Or another example, he robs a bank. If you're in the car, you're going to jail too. Okay, that's how that goes. If you kill somebody and you there, you go to jail too. You get the chair as well. You were an accessory to the crime. Oh, you ain't pulled the trigger. You're not the one that actually did it, but you right there. Just because you're not the guy that they were looking for, you right there. You got a gun on you. They breaking in the crib. What if that was just regular guys that had beef because of Otis Elder's people saying, hey man, this little dude killed my homeboy or whatever. He killed my brother. Let's go get him. So they go to your crib and then they shoot it up and you die. Nobody would have cared because this would have been regular ghetto violence, right? But because the police are trying to capture this person to bring this guy to justice and to get relief for his family, because, I mean, who was this guy, Otis Elder? Could have had wife, kids, mom, dad, sister, brother, could have been somebody's uncle, whatever. What about his people? How about them? Like, they want justice too, right? So the police are trying to go there to get justice, to get this guy. You on the couch, you got a gun, it's dangerous, they're ready for it, and then you die. It's unfortunate that it happened, but see, you put yourself in a bad situation. Mekhi Speed put you in a bad situation. Mekhi Speed made that spot hot. You then kill somebody, you living right there, they're going to come right there. They know where you stay, they know where your mama stay, they know where your brother stay. So now you got to deal with it. The no-knock warrant was, without no pun intended, it was warranted. It was correct. It was right. Some say there shouldn't be any no-knock warrants, but why? You got a killer on the loose, and if you try to go get him just by knocking gingerly, and he shoots through the door and kills some officers and gets away, what was the point? People are crazy. I saw in Phoenix, Arizona, there was a guy that used a baby to lure officers to the front door so he was able to fire on them. Like a baby. Like one guy came out holding the baby. He put the baby on the ground, came out with his hands up. Now, as they approached the door to get the baby off the ground, there's gunfire coming from inside the house. So they were lured right there. People do crazy things. That's why you got to have no-knock warrants. Catch them off guard so they can't get their positions ready, can't get their guns ready, can't go in there and kill people. And if they got evidence of some things in their computer that they shouldn't have, they can't be deleting stuff and getting rid of the evidence, because now you get kids in danger that could be somewhere else. People that could be right there are in danger. That's why you have no-knock warrants. They're given for a reason. They don't just give them out randomly or haphazardly. They do it for a particular reason. And in this case, it was warranted. So it's unfortunate that Amir Locke lost his life, but let it be a lesson. If you don't want to be in that kind of situation when you're not necessarily active in the crime, don't be around criminals. Okay? Like if you're living in a dope house and a dope house gets raided, hey man, now you're in a bad situation. If it gets raided by the federales or whoever, you're going to the penitentiary or you're going to jail at least until you snitch. If it's raided by some criminals, you could die. You could lose your life. So it's all bad. The best thing is to not be going and shooting and killing people, and don't hang out with them. Hang out with better people than that. If you don't have nowhere to stay, I'd rather will be homeless than living with people who I know are out there shooting and killing people. Because if I'm homeless, I have more control over my life. If I'm on this couch with a gun in my hand, I know it's hot. I know it's hot, and I know that I could be raided by anybody at any point. whether it be the police, whether it be people that don't like my cousin or my cousin's brother, or, you know, or the girl, whoever, or even me, because Amir Locke might have been involved in some crime himself. I don't know that for certain, but I'm just saying the whole thing is just all bad. It's really bad, but not bad in a way that would help a Black Lives Matter. They want to try to martyr him. They want him to be George Floyd 2.0, but it ain't happening. It's just too much that was going on before the whole situation. The no-knock warrant was justified. They were trying to get a killer. I mean, this guy killed somebody, not Amir Locke, but his cousin who was living in the same house with him. You see what I'm saying? So that's the whole point. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what happened here with Amir Locke and police and a no-knock warrant in Minneapolis, Minnesota? Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. It's unfortunate that Amir Locke died, but when you are hanging around criminals, just murderers, thugs, hooligans, whatever, you have to expect this kind of thing to happen, whether it be from the police or other criminals. Okay, and the police aren't doing wrong as a criminal would do. The police are trying to get justice for Otis Elder's family because he was shot and killed. So what about his people? What about if you got kids or whatever? They want to see their daddy get brought to justice. They want to see their daddy get justice. If you don't want to have that happen to you, if you're an innocent person, don't be around the wrong people. It's simple as that. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.